book and on our website. It's a small play, and it will be fun, and we are very excited to be part of it. So I will introduce Nikunj and friends to join us live. Let me start with Nikunj, and he will introduce. Hi, Nikunj.
Hi, hi. Thank you. Hi, Rakesh. Hi. Good evening. Yeah.
Thank you so much for this beautiful play and great, beautiful to Sunday.
So, I think, so what we should do, Nikunj, is that we have a limitation of 6 windows. We are occupying 4, so I'll put 2 people. Just wait for it. Let him introduce, and then we'll do it accordingly. Okay.
Sure.
We'll start putting people on live and start introducing. So, yes, Nikunj. Nikunj, over to you.
Yeah, okay. So we have about 4 characters in the play, and we have a person who will be doing the stage directions for us. She is Vani. I think she's in the backstage.
Okay, let me.
So we'll be needing Vani, Mary, and Shom might also be there on the backstage.
Okay. I can't see Shom on the backstage. I mean, Shom is using some other name.
Maybe he's using Jerry. If you can check that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was waiting for that to happen. Yeah.
Cool, great.
Welcome to our IBM channel, and we are looking forward to have this wonderful play with our viewers around the world. So, Nikunj, I think you have to take initiative and introduce everyone to the party, and then let's see how it goes.
Yeah, sure. So it's just a 15-minute play, not a very long one. It's a cute little teenage love story and a story how people behave with their parents also in their teenage. Okay, Vani will be our narrator and the one giving the stage directions. And as the play proceeds and the narration goes ahead, everyone will get to know how we start.
Great. Should we start then?
Yes.
Should I keep Vani on the front stage, or do you want her on the back stage? How do you want
it? We are okay like this only. We are okay having 6 screens divided. That'll be good.
So I'll go on backstage. I'm managing from backstage, and whenever you want, you can message me. So over to you. I'm just going back. So here.
Thanks. Over to you, Vani. Over to you, Vani. You start.
Yeah.
Vani, you might want to unmute yourself.
Vani, you're on mute.
Okay, so I'll tell you
how
to manage it. So there might be some technical issues, so don't worry about it. It's a part of the. Okay, and don't be hesitant if there is something, and you have to unmute yourself if you are using it. And if you need anything, you can message me on the back page.
Yeah, sure. That's okay. We'll just check if Vani can unmute herself.
I think she would have had to do that when she signed in. I mean, there must be.
No, there is a button niche. Now she can.
Yeah, there is a.
Yeah.
It's just like those other chat functions. I mean, I don't know if she's logged in from a phone. I don't know how it works, but on that you can just see the mute and unmute button there.
So, Vani, can you hear us? Can you wave us if you are hearing us? Vani, I think what she needs to do is she needs to leave the studio and then join again, and then make the mic accessible so that we can control the video from her.
Vani, can you hear us?
Okay, so what we can do is while she leaves and she joins again, I
had to have Sasha log out and log back in, and it fixed everything.
I did it. I mean, I put her on the backstage and I
Fair
just made her leave. So
Okay,
she
just
joined.
tell her to log out and log back in. Sometimes
should
we
work.
have this, and once you do that, it's fixed.
Yeah.
So no worries.
Nikunj, in
what
the
we can-
meantime, why don't you tell them a little
yeah,
bit about
I'll give the stage directions and we'll start it then. Okay.
but there are places where you're supposed to be on the stage when you're giving stage directions.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
you'll
okay.
have to
I'll
then
just
double
give
up.
it to start it.
Okay, ठीक है. Let's start with that.
No worries. Okay. So we go on the count of three.
Done.
3, 2, 1. Mary and Jerry are frantically pacing back and forth in the middle of their living room. Something they find traumatic has clearly just taken place.
Oh, Jerry, I'm worried.
I know, Mary. I know. I'm worried too. Believe it or not.
But he's just never behaved like this before. It's so unlike him.
What can I say, Mary? We have raised a strong boy, a rebel, a rolling stone. He obeys no man, kneels to no creator.
But to do something like this, something so violent, something so insensitive, so rash, I cannot believe it.
And I'm even sorrier to tell you that it'll probably happen again.
Oh no. Oh, Jerry, if he slams another door in the house, I'll really faint.
Perhaps it would be best if we give him some alone time.
Or perhaps it'll be better if we talk to him. Show him that we're still there. Tell him that we still love him.
Drop the act, woman. It's not the end of the world, for Christ's sake. Mary, you gotta keep it together, all right? We need to show a firm hand right now. Jesus, holy fuck! You really put the mother in smother. You know that?
I'm sorry. You'll have to excuse my father. You know, he's one of those types. But to his defense, my mother is no different. I think they both are peculiar. Oh, wait, where are my manners? I'm sorry again. Hi, I'm Azakiel, the teenage son of Jerry and Mary Cook. If you haven't understood what just happened a few seconds ago, allow me to clarify. I just slammed the door on my parents' face for the first time. However, it was their mistake. And what you saw after that was the inevitably ugly aftermath. I couldn't help it. You know, our family is a bit of the volatile combination when we all get together. No. You're getting this wrong. We love each other. We care about each other. Really. But it's just like if you put all of us in one room, you might be recreating the scenes from post-time conference. Now, to all of you who don't know what a post-time conference is, it's like having Stalin, Truman, and Churchill in the same room. And now, to those of you who don't know who Stalin, Truman, and Churchill are, please leave. So, where was I? I was saying that it would be better if I give you a bit of the background on these three dynamic cooks. That will help you understand the situation better. So, let's start with Mary Cook. My mother is the sweetest of all. You know, she loves me more than that. It was a childhood dream to have her firstborn as a boy. Somehow, these schoolmates used to laugh on this. I don't know why. While she was growing up, she wanted to be a musician. And unlike many successful musicians, she actually went to a school to study it. But then I happened. So, as it happens, my mom gave up on music and to just raise me full time. And as it happens, it was a good decision because I was a handful. You know, on the contrary, I have a different feeling and a memory where I used to bathe in the washing sink, watching my mom cook and sing.
Moon River, wider than a mile. I'm crossing you in style someday. Oh, dream maker, you, heartbreaker.
Now next,
Wherever you go.
this is very good. The eighth of the eight Cook boys. My dad always felt like there has to be a,
Hand.
you heard it. Because of this, he's got these quirky rules behind it, how a man should behave, actually to be respected. Such as,
Respected man is he who takes a spoonful of vinegar like it's a glass of water. A respected man is he who walks on rocks and other sharp objects and skin cutting objects barefoot. A respected man is he who depends on no jacket during the winter, for the cold is only felt by the weak. In fact, a respected man is he who is never cold. That's simpler. Maybe I should just say that.
he's also not very smart. He only named me Ezekiel just to impress his religious in-laws, telling them that his favorite passage from Bible was Ezekiel 25:17. Like really, sadly enough, even after watching Pulp Fiction numerous times along with the subtitles, he misspelled my name on the birth certificate. So technically, I'm called Ezekiel. Like, why? But lastly, there's me, Ezekiel. Look, I'm no genius. But yes, I do have a photographic memory. Yeah, that has made me actually win the spelling bees 5 times at the national level. It has actually made me learn Spanish and French other than English. These languages actually come handy when my dad actually tries to miseducate the already uneducated family members, like saying things like, adieu in Spanish means goodbye. Why? But most importantly, I remember perfectly every passing second of my life since I met my schoolmate in the algebra class, Georgina Duke.
Georgina, dear, pretty good. With your typical middle school and picture too.
You see, despite all the background information that I just gave you on myself and the two who actually birthed and raised me, Georgina Duke is actually the root of the story. Georgina was like no one that I've ever seen. She was angel-like. Her hair flowed like river, and her voice was even prettier than my mom's.
Hi. Hi.
You see, beautiful. And as it turns out, Georgina is a visionary just like me. Because when I confessed my undying love for her behind the school bleachers on the second week anniversary of my having seen her angelic face, she just said,
Georgina and Ezekiel are in front of the bleachers, and Ezekiel is with me, holding a ring pop.
Oh my God, Ezekiel. No man in my life has ever been so romantic with me. Who cares what others might think? I might be a year older than you, but you know what? To hell with society. Age is relative and time is just a number. Now give me that ring pop, you sly devil.
Georgina, as long as you're by my side, you'll have as many ring pops and Capri Sun juice packs as your little heart desires.
Back to Ezekiel's narration.
So, since there was clearly nothing in our work lives that would interfere with our love for each other, and we were clearly prepared to take our relationship to the next level, Georgina and I decided to put our passion and longing for each other to test.
We will wait for our 4 months anniversary.
To finally kiss each other.
Back to Ezekiel's narration.
To little surprise, our love candle's light never dimmed or weakened. On the contrary, it only shined brighter and burned slow as we got to know each other intellectually. For example, we found out that Georgina and I had a lot of same hobbies, which in my eyes only made her more beautiful. The hobbies like
Astronomy, cartography, stamp collection.
Playing the board game Risk as competitively as possible, and playing the board game Monopoly as recreationally as possible. Watching YouTube videos and last but not the least, making fun of our parents. Now, as the day grew closer and closer, Georgina and I set some ground rules and expectations to make the occasion picture perfect.
It must be a private location.
And an intimate one as well.
There will be no touching of anything other than the face.
And for sanitation purpose, we'll not do it more than 22 minutes. Agreed?
Agreed.
Are your parents out of town that day?
No, yours?
No. Nevertheless, my parents go to the supermarket every Wednesday, 3 to 4:30. I could tell them that I'll take the bus back home
And we could go to your house
together.
and kiss there.
Yes. Are you comfortable with this?
Yes. Are you?
Yes.
Agreed. Your place, 3 to 4:30.
So, as I told you a while back, the mental breakdown of my parents was that they were having in the beginning at the journey of our space, time, and love was all their fault. For moments before Georgina and I were about to taste each other's sweet, angelic lips, I heard two dreaded calls.
Ezekiel, baby, is that you?
Easy, boy, are you home?
Are those your parents?
I swear, Georgina, they were not meant to be here.
We decided on privacy and intimacy, Ezekiel.
Worry not, my princess. I'll take care of this.
Georgina and Ezekiel in Ezekiel's bed.
Mother, father, I ask that I shall not be disturbed till the latest hour of supper, for I've gotten my first ever A minus today in school. Please keep your adult shenanigans to the minimum, as I am in dire need of peace and tranquility. That'll be all. Thank you and goodbye. Now you see, if Jerry and Mary would have been at the supermarket as they were supposed to be, I would never have to slam the door on their face. And I would never have to lie to them. I didn't get any A minus or anything. Come on. Me? No. But you know what? You got to risk it at times. Get the biscuit every time. Georgina and Ezekiel kiss, as previously agreed, only touching each other's faces. And they kept kissing happily ever after. The end.
That was so lovely. Bravo.
I'm sorry for the
Thank you.
glitches that even the technical.
Yeah.
Can't really help it.
Don't worry, the story was told lovely. Could not have hit a teenage attitude better. Awesome.
I was having
You look awesome. You look awesome and how beautiful and lovely. And you guys still went through it, even though we were having technical difficulties. But the storyline is there. Love it. What did you think, Ankit?
No, that's perfectly fine. Our viewers would like to know more about the characters because they said that you haven't introduced them properly. So we have to redo again. and everyone likes the way they are doing it, and everyone is accepting the technical difficulties because they know that there are difficulties, and that is the challenges of life. But this is the new normal.
This is the new. This is
normal, right?
The way we can, and try to improvise and try to optimize the best way we can. And also, viewers would like to know when are we coming up with a Hindi play. So I said I'll ask you.
Can we do this every week? This is because this is people get into the drama. This is a good story. The attitude of teenagers, the frustrations of parents. How lovely.
I think we need a round of applause from our viewers and from everyone.
Thank you for watching. But also,
Thank you.
Nikunj, can you quickly introduce everyone one more time?
Yeah, sure. I would. We were actually missing this stage for doing that. So,
Yeah, we are too used to that, I think.
we'll definitely do.
Let's hand it to Mike. I'll bow out.
Yeah, so I'll introduce my mom first. Okay, she's on this side. So Kritika Bhatia played Mary Cook.
Thank you. Hi.
And the one you see down there is my on-screen dad, Jerry Cook, Shom Dasgupta.
Thank you.
And the one diagonally down there is actually my teenage crush, Georgina.
Hello.
She's Smriti. And I, Nikunj Vadhavan, I play Ezekiel, who actually gets into all this mess because he has never got a teenage love crush before. So I think we all can relate to it.
Yeah, I think we can all draw on our previous experiences.
Yeah, we can definitely do it. And a special mention, Mary and Jerry were actually just like the mother and father. They actually, we just did this in less than 48 hours because we wanted to, we have been just trying and approaching with a clear statement that there should be entertainment to everyone so that they don't step out of their house as long as we have to stay in, to stay healthy and to be safe. So please stay home and stay safe.
Yeah, please stay home, stay safe, and keep watching us whenever we come up here.
Exactly.
I hope we'll be invited more often.
You are always invited. You're our family now, right, Ankit? We're all family.
Yeah.
We're all.
You're always welcome because ours is a web channel with 24/7. If we have a content, we have an audience. And you won't believe we have people are watching you from around the world. It's not about India.
The world. We're getting, this is probably the highest volume we've had.
Yeah.
So, and this is our symbol for love. So we very much love you.
Okay. I get that.
In our worlds, we're unifying our community, right? And namaste. But you know what? This is called true fiction, I'm sure, right? So there's a lot of fiction here because we got real family, real moms, real dads. You know, we got all of this lovely, real love life. And
there's just one little thing I'd like to mention. I mean, usually we're used to doing this on the stage. But, you know, there are a lot of gestures, movements, and all of that. So, you know, the audience is a lot more engaged. So it was definitely to kind of, you know, stay stuck in a rectangular frame, staring either at our laptops or our phones or whatever it was, and still try to get the feel of the character and the feel of being there. I mean, I actually feel bad for Nikunj. He never really got to kiss the girls. But you know, it is. I think it's a fun challenge, and if we have more opportunities to come up here, then I think we can come up with better ways and more evolved ways of executing stuff like this.
Oh, you know, as you do things like this, you know, you do evolve better ways. It's like when we first started Pod TV. We started this concept a year and a half ago, and believe me, we went through a lot before we found the right platform. So, and now everybody's trying to catch up with us because to do TV from home, or because that's all they're all doing it now, not at a TV station. We had this foresight over a year ago, so we've been developing this. But you'll find it. But what was lovely was just the reading, your expressions on your faces. We had a talk with 2 film producers in the last 2 weeks, and one of the things that I told them is the old way of doing movies to me was better. Not all of the special effects, but the real impact was a person's eyes.
That's true.
That pause.
That's true. That's very true.
That look, stop, wait, and then execute. And it's that moment that you grab their attention. And I noticed this in musicians. I work with a lot of musicians, and it's the same thing. They know exactly what to hold. And then
Exactly.
so you have it. You kept us captivated. I love the way you told the story from your mind. Right? I love that. You had your parents, and then you go, okay, now here's my story. Love that. Oh my gosh, it's like, I don't know, just like watching a Calvin and Hobbes script, right?
Okay, that's like some serious compliment there.
Yeah.
It's a Calvin and Hobbes. It's
But to me, you're reading Calvin's mind, right?
Yeah,
So that's what you were doing. You were seeing your
True.
mind, and I love it. I love it. So no, I think you guys did great, and I think as you do this more, as Ankit and I have learned from experience, the more you do it, the easier it gets, and it's a lot of fun. Thank you for doing this. What is the one thing I'm going to ask you guys some questions? It sounds like you guys all do theater quite a bit.
Yeah,
try
we have been associated together for the last 2.5 years.
3.5. Time flies, Nikunj.
Wow.
3.5.
So that stage is your home in many ways. So you've got to be missing it. So let's kind of turn your home into a stage, get it so that you feel comfortable there as well. I love the storyline about, you're not physically touching. One of the things, I don't know if you guys had a chance to watch this yesterday, we had an interesting doctor on our show, and all of the doctors, they all are emphasizing the distancing, but he is a mental doctor as well as a physical physician. And one of the things he said is we need to stop the word social distancing. We need to socialize. Okay. Humans need to socialize. So we need to re-engage the people in saying, we're socializing. It's okay to socialize. Just keep that physical distance, like you said today. We're going to, but keep that, and.
We just kiss virtually then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Socialize virtually.
I invite all of you to join us this evening if you're up that late on our cafe. We're going to have a
Alexandra cafe.
Yeah, and so please bring your date, your loved ones, family. Sit around and have whatever your favorite sipping, if it's tea or wine, and just kind of chill out and get that experience. That's what I want.
I'll just put up that you know what's coming on. So this is about the show.
Yeah,
and,
but get that theater feeling. This is great. I love it. There you go. And I know that it's not easy to
this is
act.
so easy.
Right. There you go.
I ain't no typical girl. I ain't no typical girl. I ain't no typical. I ain't cheerleading while the boys play ball. I ain't no typical girl. No. I wanna be right there in the middle of it.
And there you go, guys. And
That is really nice.
well, what I'm going to do is applaud you guys for double applaud, because it's not easy to do a play without being that physical touch, in front of each other and reacting.
True, that's true.
I would like to ask Rakeshji what's his view on the play.
Yes,
I think
please.
it's very, very well done. It's part of the pleasure of being an actor is to get audience response, and when you don't get that, to still keep going, that takes a lot of talent. That takes a lot of drive, a lot of concentration, and I must applaud all of you. I think you all did it very well. but certainly caught the mood that was in the air. So yeah, keep it up.
Thank you.
I know. It's got to be a challenge to be in a different environment instead of face to face and trying to express your love and your feeling. But we're doing that on the internet, right? We're having to to come up with all of these ways to say hello again to our families and everything. So, but I think it's beautiful, and I look forward to seeing you guys again. Do you think you'll do this next week, or do you want to think about this? It's hard to write a skit.
Love to.
I mean,
I think I'm speaking for the entire group when I say we'd love to.
okay,
Yeah.
well, go for it.
Yeah, definitely.
Parents speak. Parents.
Yeah. I mean, our son might be a rebel, but he listens to the father nonetheless.
Yeah.
I would suggest Nikunj to do a play which has English and Hindi both, so that I think we can have more audience. Because a lot of people.
Sure.
So if we can do something with an English play, I think that would work really well, and people can understand it. You won't believe we had hosted Jainism Acharya Shastri a couple of days back, and he was talking in Hindi, and everyone is ready to understand because it's coming from the heart. And he's talking basic things about how to get positive and how to be positive during the lockdown. So I think if we can try to reach out to the larger audience with their language, because they just pick the keywords and then they how they understand and everything. So that would,
Definitely. I did not even mention Vani for that matter. Sorry, she was actually doing the narration, and the technical thing didn't work. But she has been doing a couple of stories every week. So we even have Hindi stories by Premchand, Sadhata Hassan Manto, and all of that can be there for the viewers if they actually want to do that.
and also what we can do is we can let our viewers join us while we do a rehearsal on our IBM TV sometime in midweek for our show, and that would be a great thing for us to understand and how to plan things in a much better way, because we have to overcome the technical difficulties and still how we can improvise ourselves on the digital platform. That should be the objective for to go ahead with these kind of plays regularly.
True, we'll do that.
And one of the things I want to add to you is that as you do this more, you'll find the technology will work in your favor. You'll find tweaks. You'll find but we found out that a lot of people are forgiving to this because your phones don't work anyway, and we live in our phones. So people get cut off during their conversation. And I want to tell you something. When we filmed TV shows, I cannot count the times. We're right in the middle of an interview, and I learned to do this. This is very hard to do. But we're sitting there, and the director goes, "Cut." Now you have to remember precisely what your last breath word was, what your thought was, where your face was. Hold your breath.
Yeah, the continuity basically. Yeah.
And then you got to continue as smooth as possible. And I kid you not, Nick and I got really good at this. We not only got good at this, we got good at knowing when he was going to call cut. And it was every time the bus came behind. We were in a courtroom filming one of our series, and every time the bus came by or the church bell rings, they had to cut. And I'm like, just leave them. People will love it. People will get it. So kid you not, Nick and I, we would hear the bus like before the director would, and we would just and it would be just like this technical shot right here, like where you freeze, and it's spinning. So I think we were preparing for this anyway.
As Ankit said, it's the new way of doing things. So we slowly and gradually get into it, definitely.
True.
Yeah, it's the chemistry. Once you build that chemistry, you can always kind of, get things to work around it.
You guys just warmed me up too, because it's a very cold day here in North Carolina. We've had rain and cold for 2 days, and it just kind of wears you down when you don't get that warm sunshine. And you guys just filled my heart with sunshine today, and I really appreciate it. I
Yeah,
just
because we got a lot of sunshine today. So.
Yeah, we got a little too much of sunshine today. So, yeah.
wow.
I think we are sending a little over down to you.
Yeah, you did. You beat it right up, as Nick said. We call this beaming in and beaming out when people come and go on our show. We Nick beams in and out. He says it's a good show. He watches a lot. He's our executive producer, and so he watches from afar. But he also lets us know, is the sound doing good and things like that. Great team, great acting team. I think you guys could do a skit every week, and we would be good with that. We'll get it.
Yeah,
Going. Yes,
Thank you.
I'm thrilled with it.
Thank you so much.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
What does Rakesh think? Rakesh, do you think every week?
And I was thinking if there's a language issue, you can always have subtitles, running across, just like you have your ticker tape there. You can have titles, and that would broaden the appeal to one is English, an international language, and Hindi, the whole of India, and Nepal, and Pakistan, all of these places. Mantra would be very popular in Pakistan. So yeah.
Yeah, true. We can do
Yeah,
the
Mantro
story.
will be very popular in both countries, actually. Yeah, Mantro has a very loyal following in that sense.
All the places, yes. So wish you all the very best. I think if you coordinate with Ankit and give him what you want to put on the ticker tape, and you'll have your all the language aspect covered, as well as just do your stuff, have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ankit. It was really great, and thank you to IBM TV. They are actually promoting all this, and we are doing this. I think you have the kids show now.
We have to keep on doing this thing, and we have to create it as a.
There are many theatre practitioners from India who are actually watching this right now. We did share it in our circuit, and there'll be many requests now coming on to you. So there'll be.
Good. So we'll keep on doing the good work whatever way we can, and try to promote good play things converted into a digital play, because I think this is the new normal. I had a word with a lot of people around the world, and they are very afraid about the Broadways and all those plays going around, because I don't know how they can do the social distancing, and all those arenas have a very freely seats basically, so they're like shoulder to shoulder. So I don't know how they will manage it, but I think this could be a good platform, and we just have to push this hard and try to win the best way we can, and try to promote it around the world. People are watching us from Africa, from Singapore, from Hong Kong, from Australia, from United States, and from other countries right now. So I think it's a good start, and we can definitely a lot of things to achieve, and I think we can also cover a lot of languages. As Rakesh said, subtitles will definitely work, but the emotions come from the language itself. So I believe that if we have a couple of languages, maybe English, Hindi, and something else, or maybe we can have artists from around the world and then do it. That will also work. So fingers crossed. Looking forward for the best show possible, and let's see how it goes. And thanks for the team joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having us here.
Right now, right after this, a lot of kids are joining us from around the world. We have invited some of them, so let's see how it goes, and we'll take it from there. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Wow, that was rocking good. I love it. I love theater. So anything that we do that is theater related is a joy.